Hello, 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 hello. Good morning to the everybody that's not watching. Wubba lubba dub dub. It's Scott coming at you. Oh, I got the echo going. Oh, I gotta reconnect to my Facebook chat. Alright, got all the audio muted, got Facebook reconnected. Think we got chats ready to rock and roll. So I want to keep trucking along because I want to get KMD out the gate here pretty quickly. Last night it came to me how I can solve some of my marketing issues, so I'm going to just kind of rock out as quickly as I can with lots of this stuff. Murder tree, doing the thing that murder tree does. Spins a web. Murder tree needs to be in 7. For fuck's sakes. Come on, murder tree, snap where I tell you. Tempted to listen to a little bit of music today. Hey, Drunken Solitaire, how the hell are you today? So I think I came up with a plan forward on how we can pivot on Twaybor to make a lot more people know about it and play it. I can't really discuss it just yet, but I want to get you involved. I'm pointing it because you're over on my chat screen over there. And bounce some stuff off of you, given that you are a YouTuber, and you'll have some insight that I simply don't have yet. So I think I've got. Do I have your email address, Drunken Solitaire, or did I just follow you on YouTube? Was all. How about I didn't lose you already, buddy? Reports. Alright, nothing found there. You have a business email on your channel. I'm almost 100% certain that I followed yours. I'm going to go just to make sure. Is it not Drunken Solitaire? Dungeon, Deep Rock, These Old Dirtubers, Damien, Buzzgame Zap, Basement Games. There's no way I didn't follow. Am I that big of a dumbass? Drunken Solitaire. I mean, it's quite possibly. Oh my god, I didn't hit the freaking button. Alright, I hit the button now. Alright, in your About section, view email address. I am not a robot. Submit. New Zealand. I see you, buddy. Alright, I'm going to shoot over something at you and see what you think about it. But I'm pretty sure you're going to love what I'm going to send over. And then I need to just spread it around like butter to everybody. I'm trying to contract with a marketing firm to handle all of the marketing moving forward, just because it's too much for little old me to handle and I have no connections. So I want to kind of vet out this marketing strategy first with somebody that's kind of in the pits, in the thick, in the shit of it, which is you, sir. And I want to make it real tasty for YouTubers and Twitchers to actually go, hey, this is something I want to do. And I think you're going to really like it. All right, I got you on lockdown there. And thanks for coming back to the stream as well. If Emily were here, she'd say the stream a-deem. Sadness that she's not here. I've heard a rumor she may be, although I don't know if anybody else is listening, but I've heard a rumor that Emily may be starting up her own stream, which would be great for her. But for me right now, before I can start acting on the battle strategy for Twabor, yeah, like sadly we aren't getting any new reviews because there's just nobody playing, nobody buying. If you look at most of the reviews, you're going to see a lot of them, a great deal of them are just from last year, and people didn't come back to try playing. So just about everything that people had commented on, we have already fixed. Because like you'll see, not recommended from September of last year. And this September of last year was when we'd released it on early access, and it was in early alpha. So not recommended. Well, we knew that it was, early alpha. We needed to get testing going and whatnot. Animations and sounds are lackluster. Fixed that. Overhauled all the animations and all the sounds. Bloody, 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 bloody. So we do have a lot of really great views for it. It's just we got to get past that hurdle of not having anybody playing, which is what has been stopping people from buying, because you don't want to buy a game that has nobody playing. So I think I've figured out the way to move forward. What is this? Paul and I were still trying to figure out what the hell the gems and the Steam gems and Steam sacks were even useful for. Yep, got a plan. I've always got a plan. Doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but I think this time I've actually got a pretty good one. Been racking my brains on how to fix that. So I think I've got a way forward now. But anyway, for right now, the way forward is I've got to hang some bodies in some trees. Paul may yell at me a little bit about how many trees, but let's find out, shall we? Dislike that it's snapping to the top part of the tree. It makes it difficult to grab. swaying. Give a good creep-tacular vibe. What I'm going to do is pop open a couple of spots and then just use those spots as body hang spots. Throw one over here, make sure it is not clipping, which it is. I feel like I could use another one right next to it. One way over there. And it's not super exciting in the stream today. A lot of people have been just popping in and asking questions about Unreal development or what the game is or how things are going. Every now and then we'll get somebody that pops in and just chats me up for a few hours, which is fine by me. I like talking, I like chatting. Boop, 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 boop. Let's get that tree up there. To be honest with you, that tree should be a murder tree. And we'll just stick him down here. And the leaves are changing, you'll notice, because it's part of a world material. So depending on where it's at, it will be a different color. At least that's how Paul kind of sort of explained it to me. I get the concept behind it, even if I can't explain it super well. Looking good. Give the murder force to run through. And I think that should be our final murder tree right over here. Because I don't want the whole thing to be a murder forest. One, probably... Yeah, it is definitely shaping up. Here, you know what I'll do is I'll show you, I did a little bit of a prototype of the hanging trees first before I went and threw them all in there, just because I wanted to make sure it looked adequately spoopy. And I'll show you how it looks with the lighting done right. Where is my tent and fire? Here we go. There, kind of added a little narrative to it for myself. Checkpoint 8 lights. Where are you? Checkpoint 3, checkpoint 1. How do I not see it? Almost got that one. Checkpoint 1 lights. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these in the order that they should be in. And realize a tendency to reorder things. Zone 1. So background. Green pipe background should be up top. Props should be under it. Audio. I don't know why Myers Den Audio's in there, but whatever. Zone 1. Lighting. Zone 2 lighting. Here, we'll put that there. What the hell happened to my checkpoint? Oh, lordy. It did not save my checkpoint lights. Hooray, game development. It's not a big deal. I didn't put too much into it. So it won't take me but a minute to fix. But I'm going to just real quick take a look and see if checkpoint 3 lights, checkpoint 8 lights, they are there. It's just new. Oh, because I couldn't say persistent level. That's right. No. It's because Paul's working at persistent level, and the sub-levels belong to the persistent level. So I've got to wait till he's done with persistent before I can actually technically save it to the sub-level list. But that's good to know right there. It's still there. It just doesn't belong to the right persistent level yet. Ignore behind. I threw on some really bright lights just so I could edit it a little bit. But if you take a look, and I'm going to simulate it here. I think I want to put another one of these. Let's go back into checkpoint 7 real quick. Actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? Yeah, it's getting spoopy. We are going to point light. Make this a little bit brighter. And we're going to kick it up a notch. Just to see how it looks. I think I need to move that whole camp. No, I like that there. So I'm going to just do something else with that in a hot second. But what I might do instead is go 3, change the fall off. Does that make it look any? Nah. Let's go back to here. I want to get a pole. Well, you know what? Here, I've got to keep doing lighting all day anyway. So just for giggles, current, simulate. That way you can see what the campfire, while I was designing it, I was kind of talking to myself and some of the people were watching, and we were coming up with the story behind oh, for God's sake, Scott. I told it to I don't know if that just like, oh, I see. All right, because I've got them set as streaming and they're not streaming in yet because I don't have the streaming volume set up right. But, so now it'll do it. Oh, I bet the lights won't because I didn't tell the lights to be not streaming. Oof. Alright, so now it'll really, really do it. I do not have enough coffee on me. On me? In me? So this is kind of an indicator of the campsite. You got the happy little, and these guys have physics, so when you bump into them, they'll sway back and forth. The green Larrys are harmless, whereas the red Larrys will jump up and kill you instantly. We were talking about, you know, oh, they were just trying to cook. Yeah, the waving bodies, isn't that great? I gotta do a little bit of blood on the ground too. But, and we have a whole forest of, Larry's just kind of hanging out. It's good times. Best part is too their heads. They turn and look from time to time. That guy's just being a dick. That one is too. Anyway. So, just finishing up the final stage, set dressing on it. You know, I've changed my mind. I originally wanted him to be laying, but I don't now. I want him sitting. No, I was doing a simulate, so it can't kill me because the character pawn isn't there. Although, just for giggles, why don't we go ahead and throw our character pawn in there? That way I can actually run around the forest too and get a better idea. Where in the hell did I put it all? Okay, I went the wrong way around the mountain. Alright, Kaet. Let's grab you. Shove you all the way up its butt. There it. Yep. Alright, so now I can actually run through the forest. Necessarily have to simulate. So in theory, we go default player start, and we can do a selection. Let's see how it looks. Oops. I hit the wrong goddamn button. I don't even know what it's going to do. What? That is not where I put her. Oh, I know why. Because I hit continue. I bet it went to the last place that I was at. Oh, cherry tomatoes for breakfast. Got actually a few people watching today. Hello, cherry tomato. That's a big one. Hey, Daniel Snyder. Oh shit, my sanity's going down. Yeah, we're a little closer now. Hey, Kuzi, how you doing? So this happy little campfire. Larry, how you guys doing? What were you eating? I bet it was delicious. Was it people? I know you won't hurt me, Larry. Were you Larry's? Oh, God! You're so creepy. Oh, God. Let's have multiples flying around. Ah, the bodies. We may need to give them a little more weight. Oh, my mic's not picking up so hot. All right. Here, I'll get a little closer to my face. Now tell me if I'm shouting. Oh, dead Larrys swaying in the breeze. Look at all the other dead Larrys out in here. So creepy. What do you think? Should we sit down over by this Larry and have a meal? Do you think we should? Do you think we should? Okay. Man, Larry is just a dick. He's the worst host ever. Red Larry, you're such a dick. Damn, Larry, you drunk. You go home. No offense, Drunken Solitaire. Ooh, today we might be doing Drunken Game Dev. Yeah, I don't want to get super deep into the prop placement just yet till I get the rest of the mechanic layout done. And by mechanic layout, I just mean the... Yeah, one hit dead in this game. You get no second chances. You gotta get good or get fucked. And I added a slight growling to all of the Larrys, so that way you could hear them from a little further away. Walking through the field of squishies. Whee! Whee! Oh shit, I actually can't go out there. I don't have any sanity. Great, I gotta stay by the fire by these fuckers or I'll die. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Bloop! Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop. My sanity. No. Alright, get my sanity back. Yeah. This game definitely has a challenge. So I'm gonna run out here. Now, this light doesn't actually have a sanity mechanic to it, because this light I just stuck in to be able to set dress. But if you wait in the dark for too long, I'll show you, give you a better idea of what's gonna happen. You start going insane. And then, when you go insane... Well, that was super anticlimactic. I think Paul removed the jump scare death on going insane. Ignore that. There's actually something that happens to you. That is too funny. Too funny. Alright, I gotta get back to set dressing. Can't just dilly-dally all day. Alright, what levels do I have open? Player start. Yeah, this is... These leaves are gonna fucking kill me. They're all at LOD 0, I bet. Which is not so good for performance. Alright. So we got trees. And we know how the lighting is going to look. Got my murder forest. I think I need one more murder tree. Yep, so the game mechanic is you can only go into the light to get your sanity back. However, you do have a light orb you can use, which allows you to recover sanity. Or not recover, but stall it from loss. If you want, I can show you real quick. Where'd you go, Kate? There she is. I will slam her back where she belongs for testing. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. That's the sound it's going to make whenever I move her. So, Kate. Here you go to save the day. Bloop. So now we will play from current, selected, and this one will stream in without any trouble. Give it just a moment. Alright. So this is the beginning zone of the last stage. There are 3 stages. In each stage you pick up, in the first one you get to use the mushrooms. In the second one you absorb the blood. Mushrooms give you your light orb. I guess. So we've already got that. So this is the light orb she casts. And although it doesn't give her sanity back, it stops her from losing sanity. The blood gives her a stun. The skulls give her a knockback and do damage to objects that you have to get through. In the earlier levels, there are no chasing zombies. But in this last one, I want to build it up to where there's a zombie horde that's chasing you through the level. Kind of give you the feeling like the horde walking at you in like The Walking Dead. If they get to you, they instantly kill you. One swipe, you're dead. But you've got to still look out because there are still jump scare zombies that if you get too close to them will kill you. And they'll be swimming around in the water. They'll be hanging out on the street sides. They will be everywhere. Hiding behind bags of garbage. I know where they all are, so I'm kind of pseudo-avoiding them. He's going to stand up and say hi. Trash creates sound if you go by it. There is an NPC that attracted to you if it hears you or if it sees you. So the Larrys are all going to try and stumble their way to you. Whoop. I don't think the game mechanic is working just yet. Nope. We can't destroy the walls yet. But Light Orb lets you retain sanity. And since I know I can't get past this wall right now, since it is not currently functional, we're going to go ahead and die here. Bloop. the second stage, I'll open up. And we'll get our checkpoint 2 lights. Once you get past the first one, you get into the second stage, and it adds a little bit more of a murky, not swamp, but underground river-esque thing. Pumping facility. This is what it looks like without any lights. And this is what it looks like with lights. And the lights are actually set to programmatically, whatever fucking word you want to use, turn off over the course of 6 minutes. And so you have 6 minutes to figure out what you're supposed to do in the level. And for these, it's going to be collect the human skulls. Oh yeah, shit tons more difficult. Last week's stream was showing off the easy levels. Checkpoint 2 lights. Where the shit did all my zombies go? Oh, for fuck's sakes, I put them in checkpoint 1. Oh well. I'll fix that in a little bit. Oh, the process from nothing to game ready. That is definitely more of an art question, but realistically what you'd have to do is you're going to need to start for something. I can tell you what you need for the game. You need, the end result is to have a model, and depending on if you want it to be a movable model or just a static model. A static model is just called a static mesh. Think of it like a prop. Think of it like still life. Anything you're going to put in your house, a chair, a floor, a rug, a metal skull, anything that really doesn't ever have to move. For that, you're going to have to, there are multiple tools that you can use to do sculpting and modeling. There's Blender, which is a free one, and that lets you basically digital clay sculpt it. There's Maya, which is kind of the industry standard. Maya LT has a lower cost, but has limitations as to how many triangles you can put on the model, which doesn't help if you're making high poly or high detail models. Maya and Blender also let you animate. ZBrush is just for sculpting stuff, and I couldn't really tell you how or when, if you can sculpt in ZBrush and then move it into Maya. I'm not enough of an artist to tell you that. If there's somebody else in here that is an artist, maybe lend a hand. But so once you've got your model sculpted, you then have to rig it and weight map it. Rigging basically puts bones on the thing. Let's grab a skeletal mesh here. So anything that's got to move, whether it's a prop or a human. So we'll open up Anna. And let me grab... Nope. So Annalinia here is a skeletal mesh. She's a static mesh in a T-pose, for the most part. I'm not really sure why, but our modelers and animators use this as a T-pose instead of your traditional skeleton T-pose. But you have to ascribe you're going to put sockets on. You've got bones. And so once you've got your skeletal mesh, you then have to give it a skeleton. Unreal has a retargeting system to where if your skeleton is a bit different than theirs, you can retarget the skeletons. That way you can use like the Unreal Engine marketplace animations. And that's done using the retargeting manager, where you just have to make sure the names of your bones are the same as theirs. So once you've got the skeletal mesh in place, You then have to, or once you've got it rigged, weight mapping is a process of putting weight on sections of the mesh so that way when it moves more like a natural body or clothing or like that moves, so that way it doesn't like pull or disfigure or dysmorph it in wonky ways. And then you've got to animate it using either IK or IK, oh god, the other one's eluding me right now. RK, inverse kinematic, and god, I can't think of the other one. Animation, which is done either in, again, Maya or Blender. I'm sure there's other animating software. It's just those are the two that are used the most. But then once you've got all the rigging, weight mapping, modeling, and animations done, you import all that into the engine, and then in the engine you make animation sequences, which in this case, actually that's just a pose. Let's see if we can open up. You gonna jog here, buddy? No, you are not. Let me see if this one's gonna do it. All right. And so this is an animation sequence, and the animation sequence just takes the animation that you had made. Unreal has a very rudimentary animation sequencer that you can put in. I think they're trying to flesh it out as a feature set, but really most of your animation probably is going to be done outside of the engine. And you can see kind of, we've got Anna here taking a weird creepy thing, and then you've got a montage which allows you to montage shows you all of the different animations that are put together for the one skeletal mesh. So for example, let's say in our case we're using this for character abilities. We just call which sequence from the animation montage that we want to play, and it can seamlessly play between all of them. And then once you've got all that done, you've pretty much, you've got your model. For static meshes, you just don't have to worry about rigging and weight mapping. You have, and still also with your model, I kind of forgot this, you've got to make your materials and your textures. And your materials, this is an editor. The material editor here allows you to change roughness and the UVs. And then you've got your textures, which is what it's made out of. And you make these in, say, Photoshop. So there's a high, you probably can't see that, my bad. Here we go. And this is a texture. And so this is painted typically in Photoshop, I believe. I wish I had Zach here to answer some of this. Then it gets imported to be a material in engine. I'm not really sure the capabilities of Blender. I don't think you do materials or textures in Blender. I think that's more of a modeling and animating tool. Usually, I think it was the Quixel suite. That they used to make and Quixel has some things already scanned to make materials. So Quixel, Endo, Dedo, World's Best Texture App. Yeah, Quixel Suite 2. I know all the artists, and they've since leaving us to go to work at big studios, are still using the Quixel Suite to make the textures. Just moving that to the right level because he was in the wrong level. But anyway, I don't want to give away all the secrets of the levels here. I'm just going to keep plowing through the murder field. Ah, hell. I need to take a look and see. Looking at one of the trees to see how many triangles it's got. At Murder Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will hang. 15,000 triangles. I wonder if I can force it to always be. Actually, I know what I can do. I wonder if there's an auto. I wonder how well the auto works. Change how screen size works. Out of curiosity, I'm going to get rid of auto compute, the LODs. What? Did Mixer refresh? It did. Mixer is really far behind, which is unusual because usually we get better frame rates for that. Hello, hello, hello. I was just trying to figure out how to work the LODs on the trees because the murder field is a little strumpy. I got about, I'd say maybe 20, 30, actually more than that, probably about 50, 60 trees in there.
And is this like the forest you run through?
Yeah. Each one of them's got 16,000 triangles. Do you think the occlusion will make it okay, or?
It should be okay. I don't know. We'll have to, I mean...
I'll bake it out and we can run through it.
Yep.
Will all of these physics dudes be causing a problem?
Where's physics dudes?
So my murder trees.
Yeah, that could be an issue.
I didn't put it on all of them.
I would just put on a couple of them. Like, that way it's... Because if they're on all of them, then it's not as... interesting, I would say.
No, I mean, from design, yeah, I've got that. I'm just saying I don't know if I've got too many, because there's probably about 20 or 30 of these dudes hanging out here. I guess we'll find out.
Yep, we can make performance terrible and then make it better. By deleting things.
By deleting things. Good night, Drunken Solitaire. I'll email you today. What have we got? Actually, I'm going to grab a coffee. I'm going to drop stream for just a little bit. I got to talk to Paul about some stuff. And then I will get back with you guys in maybe half an hour-ish. So I'll talk to you soon.